haven't seen you in years, and then all of a sudden, a few years ago, we get back together again. But you know, I mean, but really, I didn't ever really know you, but I felt so close to you the moment that we got together because of my association with your dad.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, your dad meant the world to me when I was a young man. He was my father's pastor, and he was like a dear friend to me. You know.
Yeah.
So the kinship when we did meet and get together was immediately there for me.
Yeah. I felt the same way, and it was fun. And of course, I remember, you know, when you came to sing with me at my dad's funeral,
right.
And we did my take on, which is definitely a way apart from the original recording on Will the Circle Be Unbroken.
Yeah.
That was just so much fun to me, you know, which was it was
a celebration of life.
Right,
you know, that's
right.
what it was about.
So that connection was there for me at that moment, and just the fact that you were willing to do that said a lot about your relationship with my dad, and you know, Dad had such a profound respect for Johnny.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if a sermon went by when he didn't bring up some anecdote, you know, but you always knew that it was this born of this genuine relationship.
And you know, I mean, that's what it's about. It's like a family connection. It definitely is. But I have to say, if I'd met you on the street and I didn't know that you were your father's son, I would be immediately overwhelmed by your talent and taken by it, because you know, you got the spirit and you got the soul, man, and I mean, you have the integrity as an artist, and also, I mean, people, I mean, I might say, well, this sounds like this or it sounds like that, but you have a unique tone and a unique spirit about everything that you do.
Thank you.
It comes through in your music.
Thank you.
It comes through in your presentation and in your heart and the way that you do things. You know, and that's what it's about. First of all, it comes through in the heart.
Yeah, well, thank you very much.
Yeah,
well, I hope that's come out in these records, and I think I was I don't want to say I was surprised, but I think I've sort of been conditioned to have been somewhat surprised at your selection on the songs, because we wanted you to pick the songs for this project in particular, just because, you know, we wanted to do something that you would be excited about and that would, you know, make you sort of satisfied and artistically in the process. So you picked If I Was a Snake, Madman's Girl, and maybe I picked Together Forever. But those two are so much fun to me, but they seem, you know, in some context, in comparison with some of the other songs, against the pop sensible grain of things. But artistically, they're just such a cool fit for this place, especially to me.
Yeah.
I like to think that Johnny would like the If I Was a Snake pick in particular.
Full of imagery, you know, character, and you know, a distinctive writing style. I mean, that's what attracted me to these particular songs. And they stood out lyrically, and they were creative and unique in their own right. And so, you know, I mean, and they're men, you know, I mean, you call it pop or call it whatever, call it good music.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you know, that's big to me. That's huge, and the fact that that you felt that way is huge. And I you know, one of the first songs I remember liking and really remembering liking of Johnny Cash song was Long Black Veil.
Right.
And there's that story. It's tragic, but there's no, you know, there's no indictment of anybody or anything. It's not really saying how things should be, or it's just saying this is a story that was, this is how it is, and it's just telling a story and sharing it. And so I really loved that in particular. That was one of my first ones of many. So I like seeing a song that I feel has, at least at its core and its spirit, has some similarities.
I've always been, you know, attracted to a story song, or, you know, a song that has certain imagery to it, you know, or just says something in a way that hadn't been said before, you know. It's like, and If I Were a Snake is one of those songs that does that. That's, you know, it's a tender song, it's an emotional song, it's a self-revealing song. But you say it in a way that's you know, it's unusual from what you typically hear, so they can't help but appreciate that.
Well, the you know, for me, there's the obvious fact that, and I'm sure this is just part of your life and what you dealt with, is that you're Johnny Cash's son. So that's great. But for me, kind of the moment that I was able to really put stock in your taste and talent is when we were talking, I guess it's the last time I came to visit or something like that. We went to eat, and we were talking about Sting and how much of a Sting fan I am, and kind of geeking out about that, so to speak. But I was talking about that one song and you said that you brought that, I think, to your dad to record. And I was like, oh, I love this song, love this song, and I love Johnny Cash's version. And you brought it, so that was a real moment to me. And in this process, you know, and everybody's been fantastic. Chuck is awesome. You know, Jerry, Byron.
Chuck is a great co-producer to work with, and you know, I mean, Chuck and I have worked together now for 16 years.
Well, the process couldn't have been any smoother and any more enjoyable, so that is great. But you know, your talent in the process is self-evident, so it's been just a joy to work here. So I really appreciate the opportunity.
I'm, you know, glad to have you here, and I just look forward to the future doing more stuff together.
Yeah, absolutely.
And looking forward to seeing what you put together in this project.
Yeah.
I'm really excited.
Seeing where it goes from here is going to be exciting. So thank you again so much, man, for the opportunity. And
of course,
we're gonna see what to do next.
We'll keep rolling. We'll keep doing it.
All right, man.
All right, man.
I love you. I appreciate you so much.